Alright guys, it's Javasta. You already know what time it is. It is time for the art of war. I hope my mic sounds good because I just moved it around. But this is the French tactic. I don't know what to call it. I seen it say Javelot, but I'm not French. And also I was using Google Translate on these documents since there's no English version of them out currently. So the biggest thing about the French currently and in the past, that they were heavy on their Jeeps. Their Jeep light vehicle and heavy vehicle cohesion, right? So every, I would say, tank platoon or whatnot, they would have these VBLs on each of them. So we have a 50 cal VBL and a ATGM VBL. We also got some Ukulars and AMX-10. So of course I will be adding in some tidbits throughout the whole thing to basically define that. So we're having two separate teams. What they're going to be doing is disorienting and causing chaos in the back lines while I develop my main attack force. So the goal of this covert stealthily approach is that the Jeeps would actually go in and clear the way and find enemy positions. The armored cars and main battle tanks would be in the rear, providing fire to those said enemies that you locate. Now that we denied the enemy of movement in the given area, and we also claimed a strategic point, which would be this middle zone here, we now have created two things, which is a static and a dynamic echelon. One to watch and contain, and one to hunt and destroy. In this case, it'll be my recon intervention teams. And now that we established both of our echelons, let's hop into some gameplay and see how this pans out. I do have a mortar, because if you see in one of the doctrines, I'll probably put it up right here, is that they do have a mortar to go with their recon teams. Because for the French, their recon teams are also considered an intervention team. So although stealth is a big part of recon, if they feel like they need to get in right there, they have the capabilities to draw out a battle before the reinforcements get there. So they come with a mortar. Usually they come with like 2 or 3 AMXs and about 4 VBLs, but I was not gonna full send that. And then over here we have 1 Voltigeur. His job will just be to hold that down just in case they unload right there. I can just shoot that. Let's keep going. Doesn't really matter what our opponent started with because I am very confident in my thing. He sees my helo. There's the sound horn. Turn it down a bit to X. Dives on my Gazelle hot, which is good. Gives time for my Jaguar to bomb. Does get in, get out. Have a Mirage E coming up to ice that right here. My contingent. It's just decimating his BGS. He flies close to my rolling 3. Boom, we're good. Now we're in here. Over here, buys an ACAV too late. He should have started with an ACAV. It's not something you should do when you're playing 11E, is not start with an ACAV. So now I'm on his spawn line. Boom. That's bad news here, but as you can see, I'm about to disconnect. So I'm on his spawn line with a VVL, AMX-10. These Ricos will probably be pushing this here, so I'm not rushed. I have the rolling 3 here. Here's just constantly going to sit still. This is going to be my holding force. As you saw in the papers, I do have a holding force. I'll occasionally resupply that. This contingent here is going to wreck all this shit, and also have this Mirage that's going to kill this. So boom, this is all dead. He has an ACAV back here. There's no income rotation, so he's probably going to buy either helos or a bomber to try and stop me, but both of my planes are still alive without any damage on them as well. So they're going to resupply very quickly, get right back out there. As for here, escort PC, AMX-B contingent will be here, going around, and that is how we're going to do that. Unfortunately, though, I do disconnect in this one. But don't worry, my boys, we have another. Alright, so basically same thing is about to happen. I'm doing the same thing. Ukulars, VBL, AMX-10. Might as well look at our opponent. Man started with a fob. Holy shit. A lot of Metis. What you gotta do? I feel like Metis is a big threat to French just because they have medium tanks, not really considered heavy tanks. So Metis does a whole lot of damage. Got my Gazelle Hots. Gonna be running the gauntlets again on each side. Boom, boom. And you have that holding force, of course. This time I started with some more infantry and Mephistos because I was considering the BMP3 spam. So boom. Immediately we get into contact here. I do push him forward a little bit. I cut my troops in prematurely. Over here, I did not realize his large contingent of forces. So we're kind of getting tied up right here. But over here, we are in the back line successfully. Killed all his AA. He has a Metis right there, which is not good. That killed all my stuff. But that did what we needed to do. We killed some very precious things here. Running up RP on my line. Some miss micro on the smokes. But we get it down. We fast move into the Metis. Shrek both of those. Killed his AA. Now this guy, to hold on to the game, he's just spamming planes out the whole time. But we can see I do have the edge. Although my recon contingents are dead, most of the battle will be conducting here, which is something that should never happen. If you have to attack from this point, just know you're not good. You're not good. Not good, but like the state of your military is not good, because now I'm starting to run rampant around here. This Metis ran out of ammo. I should have considered that and just ran his shit down. But I saw the BV and I kind of held back. Over here, just letting my Gazelle Hots do the thing. He keeps diving on them, so I know he doesn't have AA and it's a threat, so I keep bringing them in. Mortar has been ringing since the beginning. Keeps diving on my rolling threes. But at this point, I have a nice Mirage contingent up to combat that. Right here, back on his back line again. Killed that. Boom. He now has no IFVs right here. And that is the end of that. Very, very, very good tactic.